Hello everyone, it's Brandon here from the Pilot Stud channel and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. Now in today's video I have very kindly been provided with a preview copy of Aerosoft's upcoming Toolbar Pushback Pro, an add-on of which many of you may be familiar with because it is indeed a blast from the past. Now before we get into the video, let me just apologise for the radio silence over the last few weeks. I've been busy building up my flying hours and getting some flying theory out of the way, as well as starting a new job in a few days. So it's been very busy behind the scenes, but I'm back into it now, looking forward to a really good few months of Microsoft Flight Simulator goodness. Now all I need you to do before I showcase this add-on is make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's that red one, or maybe grey, down below, depending on whether or not you've hit it. And once we've got that out of the way, we can take a look at this add-on, Toolbar Pushback Pro by Aerosoft, which is payware for PC and Xbox for just under €10, and it's being released on the 22nd of February. Now why, you ask, am I looking at payware that used to be freeware? Well, the original developer basically went up to the big company that is Aerosoft to ask them to further develop his product and release it on the marketplace, and this is the result, a much more optimised version of Toolbar Pushback that has additional features that will be available for anyone on PC or Xbox to those who buy it. Indeed, even the freeware version on PC via flightsim.to should still receive basic updates to keep it up and running. That being said, the last time I tested it on my system, the freeware version was not working, so hopefully if they fix it, they'll stick to their word there. Now the list on the screen compares the features between the two, the freeware version and the payware version, and as you can see the free one still does a pretty good job. The most important feature in my eyes is the ability to pre-plan the pushback via the little map, and that is still included in the freeware version. But showcasing the upcoming payware version, Toolbar Pushback Pro, on the screen. First off, with a Phoenix Airbus A320 at Heathrow Airport, you can see that the ground services can be easily controlled by this add-on inside or out, which is built into the toolbar, hence the name. Although it does seem that it does not utilise the ground service X models, you can see sat around the A320 and still uses the default models, which we all know and love of Microsoft Flight Sim as standard. That being said, it's nice to be able to control the stairs, the baggage trolleys and the catering carts from an external view without having to go through the somewhat painful workflow of air traffic control. But the highlight for me remains the pre-planning pushback system. No other software out there can replicate the precision and ease of this, so I'm glad this feature will remain in the freeware version of Toolbar Pushback on PC, and hopefully, as I said, they fix the map issue I seem to have there, meaning it will fully work. Now with the payware version, pre-planning is fantastic, and they do enhance it with the ability to be able to pull the aircraft forward, which of course you use at certain airports depending on what air traffic need you to do. You won't be able to do that in the freeware version. Indeed, when you're also setting up pushback, you need to speak to the ground crew, and in the payware version there's much more realistic cockpit to ground communications. All in all, it's very easy to control via the built-in menu. I've encountered no bugs whatsoever, minus the odd visual connection problem with the tug being in the wrong place, but that soon sorts itself out. So 10 out of 10 there. For me though, to be completely honest with you, there is not anything that really sets it apart from the freeware version, which at the end of the day just manipulates the default pushback system. Don't get me wrong, it is a lot simpler than GSX, which can be a complete pain in the backside sometimes, but thinking about GSX, yes, GSX costs 3 times the amount that Toolbar Pushback Pro will be, but GSX introduces new models, new animations, and indeed greater precision in terms of what vehicles you want and where you want your aircraft to be. That being said, GSX, as I said, is very complicated, and sometimes you just want to push your aircraft out to where you want it with no frilly bits in between. But you can do that with the freeware version, so I struggle to see where the payware version comes into play? Well, it's quite simple. At the moment anyway, the freeware version doesn't really work on my system, and indeed if you've got no other option like you're on Xbox, well, you have to buy it. So I think that is the market they're aiming to attract there. On that note, what do you think of this payware version of Toolbar Pushback? Toolbar Pushback Pro comes in at a price of just under €10 to be released shortly. I think it's good. I think the software was good from the start. It's even better when it works, and the payware version definitely does work on my system, so I'm sure some people will look forward to it. For those of you who want to push back with precision but with none of the complexity of GSX, this may be the add-on for you. Do I recommend it? Well, if it's what you're looking for, then yes. I have to be honest with you guys, part of me struggles to recommend an add-on that used to be freeware, now is payware. Maybe that's me being ungrateful because of course the original developer put plenty of time into this add-on, so really all I can be is thankful for that, but do share your thoughts down below. On that note, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, do be sure to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.